Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on crypto for growmybag.tv. I hope you're having a good one. So it's been nuts. So we got the Fed freight, the Fed minutes yesterday. Oof, tongue twister. And everybody's panicking. Everybody's like, "Oh my god, oh my god." Listen. Let's get it straight. There are some people that thought that in this past July we should have gotten the Fed rate cut, and they wanted 50 basis points then. And Powell was like, yeah, the numbers don't support that, so no, we're not getting anything. And then when the 50 basis points came, it was like, we're going to set the tone with this and move forward properly. And you know what? In a way, he was also saying, well, 50 basis points, 25 for now, 25 for then. It might appease some of those people that thought we should have lowered the rates starting in July. I think he's right. So the idea is that we got the 50 basis points, and clearly they're thinking, well, if we have another rate cut, it will most likely only be 25 basis points. What the heck is all the panic for? What the heck is all the panic for? That's what made people freak out. And I'm just like, I have to start identifying. This is why I don't play around with stocks, but I have to start identifying, like what's going to make people panic. And I should have known that we were going to take a nosedive based on the Fed minutes, right? Because we usually take a nosedive on one or two things. When Jerome Powell opens up his mouth, and or the Fed minutes. And I'm sitting back and I'm looking at the Fed minutes. I'm like, any sure-minded, any thoughtful person is going to sit back and look at that and kind of go, yeah, there's not a problem there. There's zero problem there. They didn't say anything that was off the cuff, beyond, just everything was fine. Everything was fine. It's just that people that want to make more money didn't get enough of what they wanted. They wanted to hear clear language that there was going to be another 50 basis point cut. So they went whining about it. That's what happened. They went whining around town about it. Oh man, he doesn't know what he's doing. No, he doesn't know what he's doing for your portfolio, for how you do business. But for the greater group of people, yeah, he's doing the right thing. You want him to panic and do another 50 basis point cut? Why? We're already headed toward a soft landing. Why do you need 50 basis points? 50 basis points, I think, would crash us through, possibly cause other problems. And you're sitting there and you want 50 basis points? Yeah, nah. He's like, yeah, no, we don't need to introduce any new liquidity into the system. We should get to where we need to go with how we're doing things now. So you figure another 25 basis point move now, that puts us at 75 for this year, and probably 1 basis point, 1 point next year. One actual 1.0 next year instead of 50 or 25 or 75. It's probably going to be 1 point. So we're like, all right, that's fine. What are you crying about? Well, 100 basis points. Look at it like that. Couldn't get the term straight. So yeah, you sit there and you look at that and you just kind of go, why? People whine for no reason sometimes. They really do. And then what you should do is you should pay attention to who's whining. Who's whining? It's the people that really have, rich and wealthy, really have. I would say wealthy now, right? Because the rich are the new middle class. Think I'm playing. The rich are the new middle class. Everybody else is poor. If you're not rich, you're poor. I'm sorry to say it, but that really is the calculus right there. Just saying. I've seen a number of reports and they all say the same thing. If you're not rich, you are the new poor, because the rich are the new middle class. The moat around the wealthy is huge. Huge. Upper middle class, poor. That's where we are now. Upper middle class, poor. Everybody else, poor. Rich. They're just the middle class. Just the middle class. Like, seriously. So yeah, pay attention to what's going on. Pay attention to who's freaking out and who's not. There are a lot of economists out there that are saying, yeah, what's the problem? Seriously, just asking, what don't know why you're crying. Please shut up. It's really what it comes down to. So the Fed, not the Fed, the FBI. This is really cool. I actually think this is cool. So the FBI wanted to catch some fraudsters. And so what did they do? They created their own coin. It created their own coin and caught Gotbit out there for allegedly committing fraud, like 14, 15 people, allegedly committing fraud. Slick. People are watching. People are watching. So that's why, so when, I keep telling everybody, like I mentioned to you guys, every single day, do your own research. Know who you're doing business with. You want to stake something? Know who you're staking with. What's their security posture? What's their track record? Who are the people involved? Yeah, this is why. This is why. Got bit. Yeah, they got bit all right. They got bit all right. Because I'm just sitting here, I'm just going, yeah, if you weren't out there trying to do nefarious things, then you wouldn't be caught up in all this. A lot of people that say, oh, I didn't mean to do it, but you did it. But you did it. And you have to sit there and say to yourself, yeah, that's too much. That's too much. And so they got caught out there. Greed. That's 2 examples of greed this morning. 2. Greed. Greed is what's driving everybody to think, or a lot of people to think, oh, we need a 50 basis point cut, not 25. We need 50. Been crying about that forever. But you're not coming up with the facts that actually tell the story that that's what's actually needed. So yeah, you got 50 this time to kind of set the tone, set the pace, and say, okay, it did exactly what they needed it to do. And then you have these fraudsters, greed. Again, greed. Everybody wants to make money, but I tell my kids all the time, it's not necessarily just how much money you make, but it's how you make your money. It is how you make your money. Just saying. Because once you go down that slippery slope, you're not going to stop. Pay attention to how you make your money. Pay attention to who you're making your money with. What's that saying? Sleep with a dog with fleas, wake up with fleas. There you go. 14 people, and this company got bit. Got bit by the FBI. Just saying. And in Taiwan, dousing success, throwing cold water on a hot company. So they've decided that they're going to investigate Upbit. Upbit's been making noise. Upbit's been making money. So okay, I can see why you would want to investigate them. Kinda. Or is it just an investigation just to make sure? Yeah, we think they're doing good stuff, but yeah, let's just make sure. Okay. All right. Let's hope it's not a witch hunt. And it's just, hey, you're a little too hot and we want to understand why. It's like we just want to make sure that you're not doing something. Because think about this. Had the United States done that, Gary, with FTX, Gary, then that wouldn't have happened. Gary. Nobody's talking about that link between FTX and Gary Gensler. Just saying. He should have gone a long time ago. You want to crack down on companies in the United States. FTX was outside the United States. Come on, man. Let's get focused, bro. Let's get focused. Just saying. Let's concentrate where we need to actually concentrate. Let's get that right. Gary Gensler doesn't seem to get it right. And then he went on a tirade yesterday. He got actually read the Riot Act by a college kid. Because he was talking out the side of his neck. Kudos to that college kid. Dead serious. Kudos to that guy or that person, because I don't know if it's male or female. Kudos to that person. And we should all be flabbergasted that somebody who is in college to learn stuff, has not graduated yet, read Gary Gensler up and down. This guy was a college professor. He taught, about crypto. And here he is getting read up one side and down the other by somebody who does not have that kind of a resume yet. I'm expecting big things for that person, frankly. I'm expecting big, big things. So kudos to you, whoever you are. And Gary Gensler, you just gave us more food for fodder, right? To say that you should not have the job that you're in because you couldn't defend your stance against a college student. It's one thing to have a debate and have differences of opinion. This college student read them up and down, just read him up and down. Everything that he's done as of late has just been, yeah, you should, but hindsight being 2020, Gary, you should have or should not have done those things. Right? FTX, you should have been investigating FTX a long time ago. You should have been investigating Alameda a long time ago. You should have been investigating the relationships that those companies had a long time ago, but you didn't. You're snoring. And then you get read the riot act by this student. Not that everybody else hasn't been reading the same riot act, but you're going to be a guest speaker and you thought you're going to get out there and spew some nonsense. He was actually out there. Well, I don't really think that Bitcoin is going to be a currency. I don't really think. That sounds a bit unsure to me, right? You used to say it full-chested, full-throated, and now it's, I really don't think it's going to, oh, so it's not a 100% thing. It's not 100-0. Oh, okay. Because I'm evil. I'd have been like, all right, so what makes you think that it won't be, actually, I probably would have asked, what would make it a currency? Take that tack and then see what he says. But you said not really. That says that in your answer, you're wavering. Why are you wavering? So that means there must be some kind of a chance. So what's the ideal setting in your brain in which Bitcoin becomes currency? And we'll wait. Gary Gensler won't answer that. Ripple, RLUSD, well, guess what? The integration is undergoing code review now. They're inching closer and closer and closer. That's going to be a big deal. I don't care what anybody says. That's going to be big. Bigger than what people think. I'm here for it. I'm absolutely here for it. The Thai SEC proposes new regulations for mutual and private funds to invest in digital assets to catch up with the rest of the world. I mean, I'm sorry for the long pause, but I just want you to stop and think about that. Asia is really setting the pace on crypto. Really setting the pace. The United States should be paying attention to that. Why do I have the feeling that the United States is so far behind everybody else? It's just a feeling that it's not that we're far behind everybody else, but we're falling behind. We should have been way ahead, but we're not. That's what's bothering me. All right. And then you have the Chinese government selling a whole bunch of ETH from the Plus token scam. Okay. They sold, 7,000 more? Okay. Now people are crying, it might go below 2,000. It won't. It won't. It will not. And if it does, you want to know what I'll be doing? That's what I'll do. That's what I'll be doing. I'll be snatching up some more. Just saying. And then you have Stripe. Now, here's what's funny. Stripe used to be involved in crypto, and then they stopped, and now they're going to get back involved by accepting USDC. And I'm sitting back, and I'm just saying to myself, still a big company, still big at what they do, late to the game. They didn't have faith. That's why they got out. I don't know if I'm feeling Stripe at the moment. You know what I mean? Like that's not a me thing. That's a I don't care about Stripe. What the hell I care about you? So whoever they integrate with, you'd be able to pay with USDC. That's cute. That's cute. You know what I mean? If you host with my platform, you can collect PayPal. You can collect credit cards, and you can collect crypto. It's been like that for over 2 years. Over 2 years. So yeah, whatever, Stripe, whatever. I'm not mad at you for coming back in, but why'd you leave to begin with? You know what I'm saying? Why'd you leave to begin with? What knucklehead's idea was it to leave to begin with? Just the wrong thing to do in my eyes. But you know what we should do? That's right. We should get into the news. Get into the numbers. Let me move this out of the way. Let's start digging in. We're going to dig into the GMB Crypto Tracker top 25 losers. I think last time I looked at it, I peeked at it, almost the whole list is empty. Not empty, but full of losers. So 5% starts at the last 7, and then you have all of this. Cool. Let's go look at it. Who's in here that we should be paying attention? Eigenlayer dropped 10% after being up so much. It's only 21% off its all-time high, which gives it a 0.25 GMBX factor. Aptos down 10% as well, GMBX factor of 1.41. I am not a big fan of Aptos. I do have a bag of Aptos. Do I think it's going to do that 1.41x? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Hamster Combat down another 9%. Another 9%. 46% off its all-time high, 0.84x for GMBX factor. Yeah, something to pay attention to. Dog with Hat down 6%, 52% off its all-time high with a 1.06 GMBX factor. Do I think that's going to do something? Do I think it'll do it? Yeah, I think it'll go back up. Optimism down 6%. Sats is down 6%. Ordi is down 6%. One of my friends was talking about Pendle. It's down 5%. That's where I stopped. Yeah, I told you, 5% rule. Top 25 winners. You stop right there. So the only one that I'd be talking about is Uniswap at number 20 at 62 cents. 60.62 off because that was the 24-hour original money there. All-time high, 44. It's 4.71x. It's at $7.86 right now. Positive on the upswing, not bad. Nice market cap, almost $6 billion. I'm sitting back and I'm saying, yeah. Is Uniswap going to hit it again? Yeah. How could it not? Just saying. How could it not? Is anybody else on this list that I'd be paying attention to? That's what I didn't do over here. Pendle. I got down to Pendle. Near, Theta, not really into Theta, but Near, pay attention to. FET, I'd be paying attention to just because I want to note that swing, right? That's all I want to know. Now, here's what's big. Not anybody really big that I'm paying attention to on earnings report today. We've got Progressive Insurance, we've got Delta Airlines, Domino's Pizza. Yeah, okay. Got some nice players there. But you want to know who I'm really paying attention to? I'm really paying attention to tomorrow. Why? JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, BlackRock. That's why I'm paying attention. Like I said, JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, BlackRock. That's right. Bank of New York Mellon is also going to be giving out, their numbers. Those are companies, those are banks that I'd be paying attention to. I want to hear what they have to say. And not just from a numbers perspective. I want to hear what they have to say, right? CPI comes out later today, 8:30. PPI comes out tomorrow, same time. Crypto Fear and Greed Index, we dropped from 49 yesterday to 39. People have deep fear. They shouldn't. Whatever. To each their own, right? So what makes the world go round? TVL is actually up from 88 to 89. Not bad. 89 billion, I should say. Looking at the big board, this is what that puppy looks like. Yeah, okay. Again, I'm looking at all this and I'm just seeing sales all over the place. This is another one of those moments that I just get into a deer in the headlights kind of moment, and I just flip over to the GMB crypto tracker. Why? Because it helps me make things clear again. Because I can see the numbers and I can see what their all-time high is, and I can see the GMB X factor, and then I can make sound decisions on what I'm going to buy or sell. Just saying, that's really how I use it. Looking at where it is now, did you see that plummet? It's because people were yapping. It's starting to come back up. It could be coming back up now, but this is where we are. See how it goes down right there. I think it'll be all right. I think we'll be fine. Because again, people are freaking, and I still sit there and I just go, we're in the same place we were on the upswing, and we're back on another upswing, and we're in the same place. A little blue band between 57,655 and 63,719. We've been there. We've been bouncing along this blue band for a long time. Just saying, this is the time period where I'm just let me get some more, please. Let me get some more, please. Let me get some more, please. Dollar cost averaging with dry powder on the side. Whenever I take a profit, I take some of that profit and I put it into dry powder and I keep the rest. But I put that other stuff in dry powder. Because the rest that I do take a little taste for myself. Got to wet your beak every now and then, as they say. And then the rest of it, I put into, another coin where I can stake. Like a stable coin that I can stake. PAX G is probably going to be something I use, when this bull run starts to end, right? Do the whole staking thing, and when everything comes down, I've got someplace where I can quickly move funds to buy in. That's what I'm looking to do, right? So if I have 100 coins today and I pull out, I've got the equivalent of what I had for those 100 coins, and when it goes back down, I'm able to buy 200, let's say. That's what I'm talking about. Even after wetting my beak a little bit and putting some in dry powder. That's what I'm expecting. Right? Because wetting my beak means that I'm probably going to take that money and put it into another type of investment. That's probably what I'm going to do. Because I like having my money work for me. That's just me, though. That's just me. Just giving you some food for thought. Okay, you have Bitcoin, $61,003.99. $4.25, not bad, right? 26% move in like 2 seconds since we hopped on. But yeah, I'm looking at this and I'm just looking at who's doing well. What's that rhythm on each one of these coins? And like I said, I'll take information like this, couple it with the GMBX factor, and I'll be able to make sound decisions on what I want to get in on. Just saying. Everybody, also, don't forget, tonight will be a pre-recorded show. I will not be live. I will be delivering the news, but it'll have to be pre-recorded because I'm hanging with the boys tonight. It's going to be a fun time. Fun time. We're not always together. So we happen to be in the same spot at the same time. So we're getting together tonight. Anyway, everybody, this is Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. If you like what I'm doing, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and definitely become a member of the community. Why? Because membership has its benefits. Have a good one, everybody. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.